Alright, let's talk about Avengers number 2. Alright, if you're new to the channel, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps so much. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so it starts off with the big three fighting the final host that was at the end of issue 1. And while this is going on, there's this narrator talking about how it's so easy to get the three of them to get back together. You just throw a big enemy at them and they just rush head over heels to reassemble. And he's talking about how there's other people that don't even know they're part of this whole thing, but they soon will. And it shows like the Black Panther and Doctor Strange and She-Hulk and everyone else, the Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel. And it kind of shows what they're all doing meanwhile. And then we focus back on Ghost Rider, who's still fighting these bugs that broke up through the earth, just kind of beating them all. And then he kind of defeats them and decides he's got to get out of there, so he just starts driving off in his car. Then we cut to Hulk, and the Celestial crashed down right next to her, and she's like, I don't want to have any part of this. I need to get out of here. This is not my forte. But, of course, as she's saying this, more of these insect bugs start swarming up out of the ground, and she has to Hulk out and start fighting them. So after she squishes a bunch of these bugs, she looks at the Celestial, and she can hear in her mind like it's talking to her. And she's confused, and it's talking about this cure, and she's like, what cure? And then this bzzz, she gets teleported to right in front of the Ghost Rider. Then we cut back to the big three, and they're all blasting full power at the hosts, and it's not doing anything. They're just completely underpowered, unprepared for these things, and they're just making no progress at all. They're just completely overwhelmed. Then we flash back to the Ghost Rider Hulk situation where Hulk is already raging, so she just got teleported. She has no idea what's going on, and of course Ghost Rider runs up into her, and he's like, whoa, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And then she, of course, Hulk smash. So you have this awesome battle between Hulk and Ghost Rider, which is just fantastic. So we flash back to the big three, and Captain Marvel comes up with this big plan to teleport the Celestials to the sun with these warp grenades. So she gives them to Captain America, and he flies in and tries to hit them with the grenades, but it reaches out and destroys the ship that he's in. Then back to Ghost Rider and Hulk, and they're fighting it out, and then they kind of break apart, and they're like, we need to figure this out. And then all this stuff breaks up, and more of these bugs start crawling up out of the ground for them to fight. So they join forces. Back to the final host, the Celestial that teleported the Hulk runs up and attacks, and seemingly teleports Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel to safety, while dying himself. Then we have the big reveal. Who's the one talking, narrating the story? Loki. He apparently is the one who brought the hosts back to Earth, and he says to take care of the unfinished business or the mistakes that were made 1,000,000 years ago, presumably against the original Avengers. So the major highlights, you have the big three and Captain Marvel trying to give everything they can against the final host, and they're just completely devastated. And then you have the other side, which is primarily focused on Ghost Rider and Hulk as they meet up and fight it out, and then, team up with these bugs coming up that they have to destroy. And then we find out the big reveal. Loki. He's behind it all, as, he is. Overall, I really like this one. The art is so good. I thought the last one was really good, but this one is just, fantastic. If they can keep this art up like this, man, it's going to be so awesome. I really love the Ghost Rider Hulk fight there. I really like what's going on with Ghost Rider. I think he's going to play a lot bigger role than originally people thought. Alright, what did you guys think of this comic? Let me know in the comments below. What about Black Panther and Doctor Strange? They had one little panel here that didn't even say anything about them. What do you think about Hulk and Ghost Rider? Also, are there any other comics that you might be interested in? I'm still waiting for my Spider-Man comics to come in and my Deadpool. So when those come in, I'll start rolling those out. But if there's anything else you guys are interested in, let me know, and I'll see if I can look into that as well. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit the notifications so you know when all of our new videos come out. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.